reflection, all I see is me. Still zip them up or lay down, you gotta take me off my feet. It's that time, nigga.
So you like the intro? I got you. Welcome to the Black Visionary Podcast, people.
Black Visionary Podcast. Black Visionary Podcast. Black Visionary Podcast. Black Visionary Podcast.
Yeah.
New the Swanee. Nurio Black. Nurio Black. New the Swanee. Nurio Black.
Yeah. This is episode 30 something.
Every new beginning comes from other beginnings end.
Nah, that was a weak intro, bro. I don't even say that. I like mine better.
Come on, start up with some philosophy, man. Let's strengthen the mind.
I bet. When you walk into your house, lock your doors.
When the police say something to you, you have the right to remain silent. That's your right. That's not their right.
Always call a lawyer, whether you're innocent or not.
If you are a lawyer, understand most of the United States presidents were lawyers before they were presidents.
Remember, you can be whatever you want to be, like Nas said.
Regardless if water is wet or water is what causes to make other things wet. If you keep talking, you gonna get it wet.
Facts. Facts.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
What was that, man? Yeah, it is episode 30 something. I don't remember, man. We taking off too many days.
We've been working, man. It's been busy from start to finish.
Yeah, it's gonna be a short episode. I'm already sick as it is. I'm sweating like a motherfucker over here, trying to sweat it out.
It's crazy because it's cold as fuck out there.
Yeah, it really is like 30 something. I woke up, I'm like, God damn, man, who out here in this fucking cold ass weather, man? It was just like 80 the other day.
Texas weather.
That's probably where everybody's sick, eh?
Damn, loud ass bottle.
Hey, you knew that though.
No, I
Quit
didn't.
crunching it, nigga. Just drink the bottle. Stop crunching that motherfucker. All right, let me mute this mic real quick. No more of that.
That is so suspicious.
All right, where we gonna start today, man?
Oh shit.
All right, we start with oh shit. So is that what you say, like when you in the bathroom and it's about to come out and you ain't gonna really make it right there in time? Or is that what you say when you drop something, like you in there cooking and something, your fork fell, oh shit, it hit my foot.
It's like what you say at the beginning of a song when you want to create a crazy ad lib. Example.
Yeah,
Oh shit. How come every time you come around my Lundy bridge wanna go down like Lundy? We going down like Lundy. We going down like that. That's the example.
Okay. Well, look here. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Elaborate.
If you got chickens and they make eggs, you feel me? Yeah, you might see 5 there, but all of them might not make it. So don't count them until they all hatch. Now you can count on those because you might only have 3 that survive.
So you saying
That's what I'm saying.
don't count your money until that money is in tow. It's got to be in tow. Because if it's not in tow, in the palm of your toe, then
Hold my foot and do it.
no, your toe in your shoe, I can't do it.
Take it out. Oh, okay.
I understand that. That makes sense. Don't be like, yo, I got 5 on this new investment deal and you ain't got the 5.
There you go, man.
You setting yourself up for failure. You setting your partner up for failure.
But look at this one, though. Pretty ills as pretty does.
Well, beauty doesn't last forever, so pretty is what pretty was.
You'll catch more flies with honey than with vinegar.
That's true. That was that joint that Star said she'd never heard of before.
It was like herding cats.
It was like herding cats, especially when they fell from the sky. You know, because it'd be raining cats and dogs.
So now let's just say you walk into your car, right? You're like, damn, it's crazy out here. And you get right there to your door. You open it up. Dog fall in the window. Bow. Spine broke. Right there in your face. Messed the window up a little bit.
That's crazy. But I probably wouldn't be paying attention because I'm already fighting that chicken. Remember I said I got to fight a chicken every time I get in my car on episode like 10?
But okay, so let's just say the dogs and the cats that's falling out of the sky, they survive. You think they'll help you fight the chicken?
I really don't know, man. I can't do it no more.
Yeah, you sound crazy as a mother.
I bet they listen like,
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
they like, what the fuck these niggas talking about?
Hey, bro, I was trying so hard not to laugh that whole fucking time.
Oh man,
Oh, man. Welcome to the Black Visionary Podcast, man.
the host Big Swan.
You know what I'm saying? Go to the gun channel.
Lil
Video
Rio.
on the way. Oh, wait. It'll be out by the time this come out, probably. Most likely. So go check out the new video on the Real Black Gun channel, man. AKs versus AR-15s. And that video, this podcast is not selling firearms. YouTube.
Want to hear about my dream I had?
Go ahead, man. Story time.
Give me a beat. Okay. Yeah. Slow it down just a little bit though. Lower it down just like that. Here you go.
I ran out of breath.
Fat ass nigga. All right, so I had a dream about aliens. Damn. I had a dream about aliens, right? I'd be writing down the dreams, but I didn't write down in full detail because it was fading from my memory. Why do dreams fade so damn fast when you about to write it down? So I went outside, right? You know what I'm saying? It was all of us. We lived in this one big, you know how perfect. Tickle Street jump was. You go in and in the apartments like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was on the top floor or whatever, second floor, third floor, I don't know. So I went outside like, yeah, I'm gonna go out here and get some of my car. I go and get it. It was like you know how to trying to explain. Okay, you know how it's a full moon sometimes, and then like the clouds be out there, and like you can kind of see through the clouds, but them motherfuckers be so thick sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just happened to look up, see this big ass fucking alien starship. I'm like, God damn, that's crazy. I'm like, is that real? And then I started seeing all kind of different shapes and other ones just flying by my head. I said, oh, no, this fucking creepy as hell. This scary as fuck. I run up in the house. I'm like, I know something bad finna happen. Next thing you know, I hear sirens and shit going off. Goddamn me, shit just exploding all over the place. People outside still. Like, I'm seeing them. I'm running in the house. You know how people be in movies. You see the one person running and everybody's looking at the sky like, no, what are you doing? Run, motherfucker. Bro, all right, this is what I wrote down.
I already know what color they is.
I didn't say a color.
You ain't. It's not one that's necessary.
Now, this is my raw thoughts from my notes. I just had the craziest dream. Shit was realistic as hell. Aliens and shit came and blew the world up and dipped in like 20 seconds.
Battle of Los Angeles.
Shit was gone like it was never there. About woke up crying. Rico was in the same building as me. I got the guns ready for the shits. People was outside the next day. I thought Rio was dead till I thought about it. I'm like, our building's still up and he on the bottom floor, so he should be alive. I walked in his house. He was reading social media and punching the air when I walked in. He never even looked outside. The ships was the size of the ships were unreal. And I stopped there right there. I don't know. I was supposed to been going, but I don't know. That shit was crazy. And I like ran. I said, bro, we gotta get the guns. I'm like, and it's like I know I'm dreaming at this point because I'm like, why the fuck am I saying go and get the guns? I want to be dead. I'm not trying to go out here and scavenge. Bruh, we had guns and ammo for years. I'm like, bruh, what the fuck going on?
And this is gonna be like during the Boog.
I don't know what that is.
And that's what the gun community, specifically the more pale gun community, that's what they call it the Boogaloo.
Shrimp?
So it's the end of the world. Nah, they named it after the movie Electric Boogaloo 2, some revenge or some shit. I don't remember.
That's crazy.
You know.
But for some reason in this dream, we still had power and electricity and internet and everything. It didn't make sense. I'm like, if they destroyed a lot of stuff, why do we still have the internet and stuff? But then in that same logic, I'm like, I'm gonna call my family, but I'm like,
How many times you fire a weapon in a dream?
none. I woke up. Bro, them dreams where it's like it seems so real. You wake up, you gotta look around like, man, I know this ain't just happened. Them be crazy.
Yeah, no. my dreams. I'm glad I don't have dreams like that often. My only dreams been about my mom for the past year or so. But before that, all my dreams was stupid. Like I get into gunfights and not know how to shoot. Well, in my mind, I knew how to shoot.
I mean, in real life, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. Go to the gun channels. Look, man.
I'm just saying.
Basically, it was like that plastic bottle with all them bullets in it on the last shoot. Man, had to go up and check. But
Yeah, we are dog.
I got a question, man. In your dreams, do you actually hear your own voice?
I don't know. Never thought about it. I'm pretty sure I do.
I don't.
Cause that's how I be doing. I'm like, hold on, this don't make sense.
I never hear my own voice in my dreams. I just think what I'm saying and people respond back to me.
This nigga telepathically talking to everybody in his
But
dreams.
I never, I was like, bro, I've never spoken in my dreams to people. Like, I don't be like, hey, we need
you
to
sound
go.
crazy as a motherfucker.
Hey, we need to get out of here. Like, I'm already dreaming it, so it's already in my mind. I never hear my own voice. I just know what I'm saying. I just know what I've said to them, and they speak back to me.
This nigga Link. He playing an RPG.
Think about it.
That's crazy.
You just assume it, but have you really ever heard? Man, let us know in the comments if you hear your own voice in your dreams when you talking.
Hang on, I'll let you know.
Come on, man.
Bro, I should read this dream I had from July 23rd, 2016.
You got a dream journal?
I was writing them down. I was having some crazy dreams, man. Think I should read it?
I don't know. Depends on how freaky it gets.
Man, look, all I know is Gucci Mane is in this dream. I don't know why, but Gucci Mane is in this joint. Pokemon is in this joint.
No, don't read that. That joint, wow.
Bruh, I don't know what's going on, man. There's a lot going on. Bruh, it's a lot. You in this dream, Flo in this dream. Nah, I can't do it, man. I ain't gonna do it. All right, where we going? Where we going? First topic.
All right, man. What questions do you think are limited, or I should say off limits on a first date?
Nothing.
So you should be able to ask anybody anything on the first date.
Yeah. Are you trans?
How much money you make?
Yep. Personally, I wouldn't ask nobody how much money they make because I don't care.
Facts.
If they ain't paying my bills, I don't care.
That's usually a question a woman would ask a man.
Where do you work? That's how they try to get around it. What do you do for a living?
I seen footage where people ask the craziest shit. I'm just like, damn, you asked them that?
Like what?
How much money you make?
Oh.
Just straight up, how much money you make? Just god damn.
I think a better question would be, do you have a job? That's it. Yes or no. Do you pay your own bills? There you go. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know where they work at, what they do for a living. None of that. As long as it's legal.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Some people get outrageous with it. Like, I wouldn't ask nobody, of course. Well, of course, I mean, I don't care how much money a woman makes when I get with them. I don't even care if they have a job. But I'm definitely going to ask them going into it. I mean, I'm definitely not going to ask them how much money they make. I'm not going to ask them, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not going to ask them, are they trans? I'm not going to ask them that either because, I mean, if I suspected you was a trans, I probably wouldn't been on a date with you. And on top of that, like, imagine if you actually like a girl and you ask her if she trans and she's not, offended immediately.
I mean,
End of date.
it depends. Because now I think on the online dating, they kind of starting to pick up on that. They just put that in there.
I guess the easy way you can ask is like, what's your pronouns?
I'm not asking that.
Yeah, that's the only way you can get around asking if you trans or not.
They can be like, they and them.
All right. Can I get a check for them?
They can be like, who? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Their pronouns is stupid. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend nobody, but this
Too
is
late.
stupid. I don't care.
It's too late. You
Like
already said it.
they and them. Come on, man. Stop that. I'm not gonna refer to y'all as many if it's just one. They want to be Ermac so bad.
But they say that we already refer to single people as they and them and their.
That's because you don't know them.
And like, yeah, whose wallet is that? I think it's theirs.
Yeah.
Like a single person. Like, you know, whose shoe is that? It belongs to them.
But there's not.
You see what I'm saying?
But but after you figure out,
wait, how I know what you're thinking. Like, how is he missing his shoe? He got papped out, obviously. He became a statistic, and now they gotta find out whose shoe it belongs to. It's them. Just continue though.
speaking of losing his shoe, I was listening to Farrah and them talking in the Twitter Spaces last night because you know she work at a morgue. That's where her name come from, Farrah Funeral.
Oh,
So she was like, they were like, so what's the craziest thing that happened? They said, yeah, this dude, he got hit by a car or something and lost his foot. And we have to go back to the scene of the accident and find his foot.
rest in peace, that man's foot.
She was like, he was a drug addict. And they were like, did he have a sock on? And I was like, what? So then they were like, well, they're like, yeah, he had a sock on. I guess he was thinking the foot ahead. And they just kept coming out these foot
That's
jokes.
crazy.
Yeah, that shit.
And you know that's all they do with their life.
What?
Battle rappers.
Yeah.
That's all they do is think of word plays and schemes.
Bro, that shit.
Even though
had
you
me
said they
crying,
retired,
man.
even though you said that they retired, I know somebody had a defeat scheme.
I don't think they had one of those in a minute. They might
So I'm
be
talking about
able-
in that conversation.
I don't know. No, I ain't hear one. They was like, I wonder, man, it don't matter.
You don't want to get too overly morbid.
Yeah, because I'm gonna just keep going into a whole different thing, and it's gonna be all battle rap. But what was we talking about again? The dude got papped out, and there was his shoe. I mean, you don't really know it, and you go over there, and you're like, oh, it's her shoe now. You know what I'm saying? It's her. We know it's her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I'll call you whatever the fuck you want to be called. My thing is, don't expect me to just automatically assume
Just know,
your
yeah.
pronouns. Like if I call you, oh man, those are hers, and you stop me and say, please refer to me as they and them. Yeah, sure, I'll refer to you as they and them. I have no problem with that. But don't get upset with me because I didn't fucking know at the beginning.
But to be honest, how often do you even use pronouns anyway?
All the time. I mean, every
When
day.
you talking to somebody?
But not when I'm talking directly to.
That's what I'm saying. I won't never be like, hey, he, him. Him, me over here. No. I hardly ever use that, John.
Like not directly when you talking to somebody, but I mean they also don't like she and
You see it?
ma'am. They'll claim you misgendered them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, there's always that.
You seen that meme where it was like Sarah she said, then the black woman corrected her and said they. Well, they said you was a nigger.
Hey, that's fucked up.
I was like, damn. You ever here trying to be respectful to them? They got your name the whole time. Let me see if I can find that junk.
Nah, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, man, if that's what you want to be called, if I call you whatever the fuck you want to be called, if you want to be called an otherkin, you know what I'm saying, you don't identify as human, I play them games, you know what I'm saying? Like,
About
I participate.
about the TikTok trend, calling each other bug.
I don't TikTok. I don't have a TikTok. We already discussed this. So, you know,
So you ain't got a TikTok, that mean that you don't participate.
yeah, I don't participate in anything TikTok. I mean, if any of the trends leak outside of TikTok and come over to one of them social sites, and maybe I'll see it and be like, oh, you know, okay, I see that. But I'm not going to go to TikTok to find out.
I think I'm gonna make a TikTok, man. You gonna do like the challenges with me?
No,
Or if I say please?
I don't even want my images on TikTok. Chinese government. It's not a myth.
I did see I think it was another thing they trying to get that junk shut down for the data thing. Like another article that just recently happened. I think it was MSNBC, but don't get me confused. I don't really know.
Yeah, I've been trying to avoid it as long as possible, and I'm gonna continue to do so. Like, I don't trust any country that comes up with some shit and then ban it from their own country.
Oh, China?
Yeah, they can't even use it in their own country.
They probably not. It's too many foreigners on here for y'all to be learning from.
Well, I mean, they allow it. They allow another site
Yeah, I know.
made by the same company, but they only let
Yeah.
propaganda shit.
Yeah. Like they got rid of Facebook over there and they got to use their own junk. Yeah, that's crazy.
I just can't mess with it. And then now, I don't know. I had a brain fart.
Pusillanimous.
Now, potentially, I think is the word I was trying to say to begin with. Thailand may be gearing up to defend themselves against a war from China, and I think if that happens, since America considers themselves an ally of Thailand, Joe Biden is going to initiate that and hop into that the same way we did with Russia. And everybody using TikTok. If America goes to war with China, they got all y'all information.
I don't care. We can do our dances. Let us die. That's what they gonna say to you.
So yeah, we don't do that. I don't want to take part in it. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be, what do you call it? Conspiracy theorism.
Huh?
Conspiracy theorism. But yeah, I ain't about that life.
This nigga just made up a word.
I'm not about that life. I can't deal with it. Won't deal with it.
Well, they would know where I'm at already
Why?
because other people have TikTok.
Oh yeah, we don't do that in my house.
But your complex got TikTok, so
Yeah, but
somebody
they
over
don't
there.
have GPS landscape in my outline.
They gonna just see the whole apartment complex and bomb that John.
No,
What you gonna do? Stop it with the AK?
I ain't gonna stop it. The U.S. government gonna stop it. They gonna fly over the top.
Yeah.
Hey, the U.S. basically has a firmament over the top of it, like flat Earth.
I mean, the Earth is flat though. But
Stop that. But the U.S. government basically has, what I'm saying, damn near 360 degree capability for any type of
who told you that?
American attack. What?
That's not true. The Earth is flat, so they're really lying to you because we're all closer than what we're perceiving. When you get in a plane and you go to a different country, they really just fly in circles over and over and over until they get, and then they're like, okay, this has been long enough. All the pilots are in on this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take 18 hours to go to China. It's actually 4.5.
Word. Especially if they just fly in a straight line.
And they just really just go in circles and circles and circles. And this is what they don't want you to know. That's why, who do you know that went to space and came back?
People gonna hear this and actually believe it because motherfuckers are dim.
It's true though. Who do you know that went to space and came back?
Look, I bet if we talk about this, 5.5 will come on the pod.
Why are you ignoring my question?
Because I'm not participating.
Who do you know went to space and came back?
I don't know anybody that's been to space.
Exactly.
I'm not friends with any astronauts.
Exactly. They don't give you the proof, okay? All the stuff they have in movies isn't real. That's not how space look. When you go up, you've been in the plane, you know how flat it looks like that?
All right, next topic. Anyway.
Oh, man. Mans don't want to hear the truth.
Trying to dispel.
Mans don't want to hear the truth,
Trying
man.
to dispel these rumors, man.
It's not a rumor. It's a fact.
I'm trying to draw the viewer back in, man.
No, they know what's going on. Just like Kanye knows what's going on. Kyrie knows what's going on. Okay? They trying to blackball the truth. And I'm on their side. They're not anti-Semitic, okay? You disagree?
Listen. I want no part. This does not reflect on the real black or the real black gun channel.
So how you feel about them backtracking on Kyrie now?
Who?
Everybody.
What do you mean?
They all acting like they ain't never did nothing now. Even LeBron went back and had to clean up his little spiel that he said about Kyrie.
I don't pay it. I haven't paid any attention. I don't. Cancel culture is not my thing. Like, I'm not here for cancel culture. I don't believe in it, so I can't. I'm never gonna get behind anybody getting canceled for having a different opinion or a different understanding of some knowledge that they've decided to take in or understand. Like, I believe flat earth theory is some of the stupidest shit that's ever been conjured up on the planet or whatever.
He's gonna say it straight to my face, huh?
And I'm not gonna cancel nobody for being a flat earther. Like, I'm not. I don't know. I don't get into trying to cut people off for being mad at somebody for something they believe. So I will say that. But I mean, I just find the only thing I do find crazy is how the black community in particular, from I guess it's anecdotal, but it really doesn't matter. It's just from my perspective. I'm only here to give you my opinion and from what I've seen. And everybody was dragging him, making memes, you know what I'm saying, talking down on him when the whole situation, oh, he gonna be working at Target next week. La 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 la, like, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be selling his Yeezys in you know what, they gonna go their way at K-Swiss. They gonna be buying them at Walmart. All of this stuff. And then Kyrie basically shared a book. And then they started basically canceling Kyrie or whatever. And then now everybody like, Kanye and Kyrie right. Like, bro, we go, y'all was just dragging the shit out of Kanye. The same people that's trying to say Kanye been right and been following us. Like, I'm gonna give you a prime example, the Shade Room. Their whole comment section changed drastically 2 weeks ago on Kanye than what the Kanye, anything they post about Kanye now. He need to just stop talking. He need to shut his mouth. He need to sit down. He need to stop. This is ridiculous. He need to go away. We need to stop paying him attention. We need to stop. Now if you go read any type of Shade Room comment section about Kanye West, overall comments, this brother been trying to help us out. He been trying to tell us this. He been on our side this whole time. We've been looking for him. We've been having, like, bruh, it's.
Do you think that got to do with how they've been treating Kyrie?
Yeah, I think if Kyrie never came, he had nothing to do with this, they'd still be dragging Kanye West.
Because then I think it has something to do with how they try to force him to apologize and all that. You seen that, right? The list?
Yeah.
I think they trying to, for those who don't know, number one is apologize and condemn movie, which I don't understand. I don't know if he watched the full thing. I don't know. Then, like, a lot of people that said they bought it, it wasn't really nothing bad in there, but except for they denied the Holocaust ever happened or something. I don't know. And then I don't understand that, because how y'all condemning Kyrie but not the platform that is on?
And they have started condemning Amazon and trying to make them take the book off or the video or whatever.
But this the fucked up part. I mean, it ain't fucked up. I mean, you gotta get your money. It was on there for $12, right? Now everybody went to go went watch it. They boosted up to $50 to watch the movie. This is tripping. Donate $500K to anti-hate causes, sensitivity training, anti-Semitic training, meet with ADL and Jewish leaders, and then meet with the owner of the Nets to demonstrate understanding. Like, what type of bullshit is that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like celebrities gonna do what the hell celebrities gonna do to protect their interests, or they gonna go against their interests and say whatever the fuck they want to say. But they only got two options. I hate cancel culture for the simple fact that y'all knew who the fuck these people was when y'all signed them on. If these dudes was y'all knew y'all signed Rick Ross to say some controversial shit, and then when he say some controversial shit, y'all cancel him or whatever. Y'all knew he was saying way more controversial shit than putting Molly's in people's champagne before Reebok's fucking denied him in the first place. Not condoning his fucking actions or his lyrics, but y'all knew the type of person he was when y'all signed him. So now that he said some shit, you gonna go and cancel him? Why you even sign him in the first place? You knew, hell, you heard his lyrics. It's crazy to me how rappers can rap about shooting up people in the streets all day, all night. Nobody ever canceled them. But the moment they say something outrageous against any other race or any other group of people or any other religion, oh, they got to be canceled. They got to be thrown away. They got to be, bruh. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense to me. I don't know. I don't believe in it. If you're not gonna cancel everybody who's ever said something for everything, which means everybody's getting canceled, then you shouldn't cancel nobody. Like, that is so stupid. Like, some people make mistakes every day. People say the wrong shit. Like, some people just not gonna agree with you. That's just how life is.
Tell us how you really feel.
And I mean, like I said, man, we just live in a time where a difference in opinion, finding out, like I said 1,000 times on this podcast, finding out somebody voted for somebody you didn't makes them enemy number one. Finding out somebody likes somebody, a celebrity that you don't, makes them public enemy number one. You can't like them. You can't be my friend and have the same ideals as this person that I don't like, even though you don't feel the same way they feel. Like, that's stupid.
Okay. Sidebar on that. If one of your friends fuck with somebody you don't fuck with, is that a problem?
Not for me, it's not.
It's all good in the hood.
I mean, I don't care. I'm just speaking about myself. Like, I don't like. Let's just say if I fell out with Kiera, I stopped talking to her for life. Like, I wouldn't expect you to do the same thing. Like, I'm not gonna be like, bro, if I see you on the game and I see y'all on the same game at the same time, we through. It's over. We done.
But I don't think that situation is serious though.
I'm just saying, like any situation, like if you hanging out with a person that's trying to kill me, like then I'm gonna question your
What if you got to
motives.
fight with
but-
somebody and you got sent to jail and you get out and I'm still cool with the person you got to fight with? Would that be a problem? Because to me, I'd be like, hell yeah, fuck you mean? You that nigga got me sent to jail, don't fuck with that nigga.
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not really a mob mentality type of person. Like if you want the like if I personally wouldn't be friends with nobody that in the first place. Most likely, let's say Flo, for example. Like if Flo got you sent to jail, I come in here like, what's up, what you on, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? I approach him and have a conversation with him.
Would be like, man, fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck about it. I mean, shit. Then I'm gonna come back and tell you, like, this is what the situation is, bro. Like, either y'all can fix it or y'all don't. Like, it's different when you put people on it. It's like it's more because so you got a more intimate relationship with a person like Flo. Like if I put a random nobody name on it, you ain't gonna be able to. I'm like, I don't necessarily feel like that I would necessarily fall out with him over something that happened between y'all. You know what I'm saying? Specifically Flo. Now, if it was Jamad, it's over.
Why Jamad?
I just want to see if you would react.
That's
to that.
crazy.
I just want to see if you would react to that. Man, you did.
That was just
funny.
random as hell. Like,
It's funny.
fuck?
It's funny, but nah, like I mean,
You said it's funny.
yeah, it's funny. Like I'm just saying, like people like Flo, Jamad, people like they not cool with each other. They don't fuck with each other. They be bad. I mean, I don't know if they cool with each other now, but they didn't at a certain point in time. Like you did not kick it with one of them. And
I think more so if I met a person through you, it's probably easier to cut them off
yeah,
versus if I already know this person.
or if you secretly just don't like them anyway, or don't talk to them on the regular.
I wouldn't say that because
Like
there's a lot of people I don't talk to on a regular. Let me talk to you.
I
on
mean,
a regular.
just talk to on
I talk to you
like
like
out of
once
your
a week.
own strength or whatever.
But what if I was weak? But like, okay, so dude, you talking about reaction, your faces be having me dying. Hey, my brain be moving faster than I can talk sometimes. And it's like I seen it. I'm like, my mind has already knew it. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't stop it. Pause. So yeah.
But yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Wayne, like, I don't think if me and him had an argument or whatever, and I was ready to box him or he got me sent to jail, that you would not hang with
I'm
him.
like, man, fuck the nigga. You left the pod. Nigga had kids. Nigga, I don't want no fathers over here. What you talking about? No fathers on this podcast.
Oh, damn, Wayne.
No, nigga, fuck that.
He finna delete you on Xbox.
Ain't no niggas with kids can come to this pod, man.
Damn.
Nigga trying to abandon us, man. To have a family.
Damn.
When we was on the rise.
Damn.
Now we on a plateau.
Damn.
And when we got to this plateau, the rock broke off, so you can't climb up here no more.
Damn.
Ain't no power washing up here. That shit dead.
Damn. No power washing.
I beat that.
Damn. I mean, so I guess, you know what I'm saying? As far as Wayne goes, you know, if you fall out with one of us, you know what I'm saying? I think Swell might fall out with them.
That's fucked up.
Hey, bro, that don't even sound right. like that. Don't, I get what you said. Like, I mean, I get it, but that don't like. Motherfuckers be like, who is them? If motherfuckers who walked in on the conversation or just heard it or didn't hear the first part, they probably be like, what? What is he talking about? So yeah, I mean, everyday use that might just be a little stupid.
With them?
Yeah, them and they.
Yeah. No, what I hate when somebody walk in while you talking about something, they be like, huh?
Yeah, like I was talking to you.
Yeah, like you wasn't in
part
here.
of this conversation.
I know somebody that do that, but I don't want to say who it is.
I do that though, but I disguise it. What we talk about? That's what I say.
No, don't worry about what we talking about. It's not.
No, I'm in the now. What we talking about?
It's not on we. We done with the conversation.
I'll be like, what we talking about?
And then,
If y'all be like, all right, we done with the conversation, or you ain't in this, I'll just dip.
nah, you can feel some type of way.
Damn, Nemo.
You feel some type of way. Somebody said that to you. Like, this ain't part of your conversation. Or they be like, nothing. Would you suspect they were probably talking about you?
No, I never suspect people talking about me.
I'm finna talk about you right now.
'Cause I know people to do it, and that shit be pissing me off. Like, Like they just look at you from across the way.
Man, I hate that.
Like, bro, nobody keep it pushing. And if I am talking about you, I would say it to your face.
No, it'd be so. I know it'd be awkward when you really not talking about somebody,
Yeah,
but
and they still like,
yeah, it's because they in the direction that you looking in. So it's like,
and then you gotta try to avoid them,
Yeah.
boy, making eye contact. 'Cause
Yeah.
you don't want them further thinking that you talking about them.
and vice versa. Like, man, they gotta be talking about me because why they looking at me
Yeah.
now? But if you were like in a place where it's like only you over there, like in a corner or something, it's like, all right, now why y'all looking in this corner? The door ain't over here or nothing. Y'all just looking at me. Nah, we gotta fight. Cause why you looking at me shaking your head?
Like, yeah, I deal with that on a regular. Like, just people,
They be bullying you at work. What you talking about?
I don't get bullied. They never did that.
All right, so put it like, okay, before you finish your sentence. Now, what if you go to work and they just grab you by your collar and just shake you like that? A good firm shake. Like with your damn neck doing this.
Rooster neck.
Your damn neck like it's about to pop off. Like, what would you do?
Rooster neck.
What would you do, nigga?
It's not happening.
It gotta happen. Like, you gonna uppercut him?
Yeah, they gonna get smocked.
But pause, your neck would do that because you wouldn't expect it to come. Pause again.
Pause.
Because somebody just walk up to you and grab you. You ain't gonna
What they gonna do again? What your neck gonna do again?
What you think I ain't gonna do it again?
Rooster neck. See, you think I ain't about this shit?
Oh shit. You ain't gonna. I don't feel like you'll do something, man. I think you'll accept it and tell them that you're sorry, and then y'all can move on.
Nah, I'm out. I gotta crash all the way out at this point. I'm not gonna go to HR and be like, he shook my neck.
Hey.
You gotta crash all the way out at that
Can
point.
you imagine what they saying out on the floor? Like, yeah, he grabbed his whole neck shook. No. I thought he was saying yeah.
No, could you imagine if you quit or keep working there? After you know how you and your coworkers been at a job for what? Hey, bro, you remember that one time?
Around the new people too.
Yeah, bro, it was this dude that was here, bro. He got his neck shook.
Man, that motherfucker flopping. I ain't know what was going on.
We thought he was agreeing.
Man. Emphatically.
We turned the corner, man. Damn, the machine was in the way. All we seen was hands. It look like Rock'em Sock'em Robots fucking with me.
That shit funny, bro. I want to see that in my life one time. Just somebody get shook up. I wouldn't even know what to do, bro. That's how I'm like, man, this nigga got shook.
Quick follow up, man. Quick follow up. What happened to the dude that called the police on you?
Oh, that man got walked out by the president.
Damn. See, it don't pay. It don't pay to be the work asshole.
Walked him out, bro.
Think you got enough power? You ain't got enough power.
And it was raining that day. Storming. And they got on his bike. He rode a bike to work.
That man got on his bike in the rain. He was hitting potholes. His neck was getting shook.
And then that was probably a blessing though, because if you crying on the way home and it's raining, nobody know that you really crying. You know what I'm saying?
That man felt he was untouchable. I bet the last straw was he called the police on you.
That's probably with the cherry on top. But he was doing a lot of other shit. A lot of shit, bro.
Damn, you said the president walked. Imagine Joe Biden coming into your job. Walking you out.
He was like, oh, where are we going? He probably forget why he there. Dementia, man. That's your guy, though.
No,
They walked him out. He flipped dude off that worked in the program. He flipped him off and shit. I'm like, and we was all just staring like, dang, what's happening? I thought he was gonna go have a meeting. He had a meeting. Bro, he didn't come up there a few times so far. Like I walked to the bathroom, he was at the dock talking to somebody with some wind goggles on. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing here? You fired. Go home. I've never seen a nigga that got fired from a job and still come up there.
Yeah, I'm tired right now.
You tired?
Tight.
Why? Well, pause. Wait, what?
No, I ain't pausing. Cause man, this election has been going on.
I ain't vote.
Yeah, I know. But this election has been going on from November 8th, Tuesday. Current recording date of this podcast currently is November 12th, Saturday. They still haven't found out who was going to run the Senate yet or the House. I'm mad. I'm real mad.
I don't know what to say, man.
I mean, honestly, I'm more scared than anything, man.
Why?
Because the Second Amendment is at stake. They already passed. They already passed the HR 1808, which is is the most infringing upon bill probably in the history of the Second Amendment, man. Like, it's banning out basically all semi-automatic rifles with detachable magazines, a handful of semi-automatic pistols, pretty much all semi-automatic shotguns, and all shotguns with a revolver-like rotating magazine.
So we go back to muskets.
Man, little they want you to go to hunting rifles, bolt actions,
And slingshots.
Man, they banning certain types of animals. It's bad, man. It's. I think if it passed though, it'll get rejected by the Supreme Court because how unconstitutional it is. But it's basically an all encompassing ban based off the look. It's not gonna protect anybody. It's strictly based off the look of the AR-15 and the AK-47. Like most of the wood grain guns that, like the Mini 14, it's fine. It's the same gun. It's not in the bill at all. I probably went across the bill several times. It's not there. But the AR-15, which is the same rifle essentially. Hey, you know what I'm saying? They got the same function. Shoot 45 to 60 rounds per minute. One finger pull, one bullet. One got wood grain, the other one is black furniture.
I mean,
It's bad, man. It's very, very unconstitutional. Like they even the rifles, the Barrett M107A1 50 BMG.
yeah.
It's on there. Like it's like I said, unconstitutional and ridiculous. But they already passed it in the House when the Democrats controlled the House. Now it looks like the Republicans go control the House. But it looks like the Democrats are on the verge of getting a chance to pass them and take the Senate, which if it already passed in the House, it's not going to have to go back because they voted Republicans in, so it's just going to go to the Senate. So if the Democrats gain control of the Senate, of course it's going to pass in the Senate. And if they pass it in the Senate, no filibuster, which they probably going to filibuster too. But if they pass it in the Senate, you know Joe Biden going to pass that motherfucker. So then our last chance would be the Supreme Court. Yes, man, it's a sad day in U.S. history if these dudes pass that bill. Like that's, like I said, infringement on everybody's right to protect themselves, freedoms. It's people don't understand the liberties that the Second Amendment grants us as far as our ability to check the government when they out of pocket. So
We need a what if machine from Futurama so we can see what the country be like without guns.
the majority needs to be 51. Currently the Republicans are sitting at 48 and the Democrats are sitting at 47. So, but they don't have no more states that's on the agenda.
Who?
Democrats. Potentially Nevada looks like it's going to be one or go into a runoff because the Republican candidate he only leading by 1,000 votes. So, I mean, Georgia, the dude was I think that was the current governor incumbent, and then Herschel Walker, he a Republican, but he leading. He was leading by a large margin. Then he came back and then damn near tied it, but it's not tied, dude. It's like 10,000 votes, and they in a runoff. They vote again on December 6th, only for them two. Yeah. But anyway, it looked like Nevada gonna go to a runoff, and it looks like Alaska gonna be won by the Republicans. But however,
so it's looking like it's shaping up in your favor.
I mean, it's shaping up in the favor of the Second Amendment. That's what it's looking like. But hell, I mean, that don't mean shit either. I'm just saying, man, it's taking them a long motherfucking time to come up with this shit.
Yeah, you just speaking Chinese to me. I'm like, bro, what the hell is he talking about? This man said encumbrant. What's funny though, I had to take the government classes. I did all that shit, and that shit just went out my brain. I'm like, damn, I just learned this shit, and it's gone.
Man, see, man, that shit. I mean, I think at this point in time, man, it's kind of, I don't know the word I'm looking for. It's kind of in your best interest, man, to learn about politics, the way everything going.
Now that them aliens come, then what?
Man, that was your dream, man.
It might come true.
I don't think they're gonna come at this point in time. I mean, I could be wrong.
My African American.
There you go.
You know what I'm? Look at my African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You know what I'm?
When you said Herschel Walker, that's what it made me think of.
Fuck. Oh my God.
Look at my African American over here. Bro, Trump was on some other shit, bro.
That man was weird. Bro.
Remember this video right here?
I shared it.
You said you saved it.
I saved it. It's on my book face.
Bro, that shit would never be not funny.
That man got up there and blatantly lied too.
They said Uncle up there gunning him down. Like, man, you know you finna go to jail. Nigga bored, bruh.
Oh,
you're
man,
crackhead.
yeah, they gonna take it. He probably want to go to jail. They gonna take him to jail. I know they probably took him to jail just basically off disorderly conduct.
I heard fucking around.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just weird to me, man. Like, like how many people are willing to just, I don't know, man, just cast people out and shit purely based off stupid shit like opinion.
Well, let's talk about the Takeoff situation.
Oh yeah, R.I.P. Takeoff.
How you feel about everything?
It's been shit. It's funny because we were supposed to record. We were supposed to record the week that happened.
Yeah, before it happened. I think.
Oh yeah, it was right before it happened.
Actually, it was the day. Well, the morning of. We were already had recorded.
Yeah, we wouldn't even know.
We did have a disagreement on it though. You said it was music's fault, and I don't think so.
I still feel that way. I don't feel like it's music's fault. I feel like gangster rap is adding to the culture. I mean, as somebody who lived out there in the streets and all of that, like, I mean, it's glorified. Like, those dudes here, shoot them up, slice them up, shoot them up, bang, bang, this, that, and the third. Like, young, impressionable, fatherless. I mean, them dudes, it glorifies that type of lifestyle. Oh, if you mad, hurt somebody.
Yeah, but I was saying I don't think that's the music fault, just because if I'm a Crip and it's a Crip rapping about some shit that I already do, the music ain't gonna make me do it. That's just what I already do. And now I want to be a rapper too, so I can talk my Crip shit. And I don't also agree because like gangs been around from the 50s and the 60s. I think the Vice Lord started in the 40s, so it's always been street shit. It's never gonna stop.
Yeah, but the GDs and the Vice Lords didn't start on some gang shit either. They started as a check to the U.S. government. They basically became the next iteration of the Black Panther movement because they was disavowed and disbanded by the U.S. government and labeled a terrorist group. So by them being labeled a terrorist organization, people who flew their flag or wore those colors or dressed like that or was seen in all black leather with the, Kango hats on, like they was automatically considered criminals. So they had to change different names. So that was the blood. I mean, the G's and Lords was created as a countermeasure to that act. So by that was supposed to be organized to help bring change into the hood or whatever, or uplift the community.
Okay.
And somewhere along the way,
I was just gonna ask, do you think the reason why it became more than that because they got too big?
no, I think it became more than that because of jealousy.
From other groups?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like if you get too big and now you're like the heads aren't talking anymore. Now you got, I'm just throwing a number, 200 foot soldiers, and then now you controlling this section. Then you got this over here,
yeah.
and instead of them talking, they just, oh, you coming into our territory? Now it's beef, rather than them
Yeah, I think
talking and
I think
figuring
it's more.
everything out.
Yeah, I think it's that is more so. Like, if I start a gang, you start a gang, but it's not really a gang; it's an organization. But it is like not necessarily that organized either. Like we just start two community groups, and yours is more successful. Like yours more reaching to the community.
Shout out to the Swansters.
Yeah, the Swansters are reaching the community. Do not say the refuge guys or do not.
Yeah, the refuge.
The refuge.
The
Do
refuge.
not
That's what
say
y'all
that.
call it, the refuge.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
go ahead.
Yeah, so the Swansters start reaching the community better
Yeah.
and making a bigger name for yourselves.
Uh-huh.
And y'all got a whole movement going on, and the
Right.
community respects
Mhm.
y'all more than.
You trying to avoid it, but go ahead. Come on.
No, I'm not saying that. I let
Say
you
it.
No,
Say it.
I'm not
Come on. You
saying
already
it.
said it. Come on, man. You
No.
got to make your point. Come on, man.
My side.
What's
my
your side
group-
called? Come on. We got to, for name's sake, you know what I'm saying? For simplicity.
The refuge
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
that gets jealous
Uh-huh.
because the Swansters
Yeah.
are having a bigger positive impact on the community. And then so the refugers feel a certain type of way, and they not having the same type of positive act on the community, and they not making as money or not getting as many donations or not being able to group. You know, they go to the more violent route or the more sold drugs route, stuff
See,
like that.
That's where I feel like the Swansters. You know what I mean? That's why I think it would be communication would be key in that situation, because instead of trying to expand my territory over here and taking on more responsibility, I'm cool over here. Hey, let me give y'all some resources to help. You know what I'm saying? Let me give y'all the game, the information, everything to help build up on your side. And we just help do that everywhere instead of one big ass group trying to take over everything and making it, like you said, jealousy, envy, and all that. Because that's all it's going to do. It's like, why come y'all the only ones that can be successful and we have to join y'all to be successful?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they was limited on what they could do because of the U.S. government stepped in and started putting drugs and guns in the street.
Like, I'm hungry as hell. My stomach over here fighting me.
But that's pretty much happened when it became a positive thing. You know, they was approached by people pretending to be like them. They was plants.
Hello, fellow gang members.
Yeah, they were plants talking about, let's get this money. Like, y'all moving on some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and move this weight, move these pounds, you know what I'm saying? But that stuff was allegedly, we all believe it. I mean, I'm gonna say we, and you know what I mean by we. You know what I'm saying? The people who understand what happened, they believe that the government came in with their plants and then put the drugs and the guns in the street, and which caused people to understand, oh yeah, they see, you know, we making this money, and then the other side like, damn, look what they driving, look how they getting. So the people who was making a more positive impact started reaching into the same dirty resources or whatever.
I ain't gonna, my bad.
And then we all know what happens in '94.
I ain't gonna, I wouldn't have probably like believed like, oh, the government ain't bring that shit in there until then you see all the protests going on and then you just got a pile of bricks out of nowhere just in the middle of the city. Like, come on, bro. Who you think brought those here?
Yeah.
Like, then it's like, no, okay, it's kind of believable that they probably put drugs and guns in the hood now.
They did. I mean, it's documented though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't
Public
believe it,
information.
you know, some people just be like, no, the government ain't do that.
Yeah, and I mean, it wouldn't have been as bad if our community specifically paid more attention. Like, I think, of course, we already started out backwards, so we was more focused on ourselves and trying to pick ourselves up and raise the kids well. But that also left an open open hole in the fence that is our security. We didn't pay attention to it. So they was able to slide through the back door, through the hole in the fence or whatever, and do all of this underhanded, shiesty shit. And now, as a condition, we still don't pay attention. Like Joe Biden's 94 crime bill, which he has admitted had a huge negative effect on the black community, was the reason that crack cocaine that was found in mostly urban inner cities where mostly black people lived get you more time than regular cocaine.
Crack destroyed a whole generation. That's so fucking crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's crazy how we kind of recovered. And then, I guess it turned more to like violence. And now we're in the generation of everybody's a drug addict now. And they don't care. They love to be drug addicts.
Yeah, they uplifted and uphold it. And it's crazier because the same stuff that Joe Biden has admitted that it had negative effects, the 94 crime bill had negative effects by already where the government had already introduced crack in the system or whatever, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get sued. But the FBI's little situation or whatever in that, distributing that shit out on the streets by corrupt agents and shit. With that situation happening, when the 94 crime bill, it made it ripe. Like it made it supple, like to go in and just, oh man, lock up these people, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Get these predators off the streets or whatever, like Hillary Clinton said, super predators off the streets or whatever. And now only like you said, crack cocaine destroyed us. Like, oh, you was an addict, you was going to prison, or you was a child who lost their father. Now you gonna flip the same birds that he had, so you could try to make it and take care of your family, your sisters, your little cousins, or whatever the case was. Like, it perpetuated a never-ending cycle. And now people, like you said, it's been even more perpetuated because people want to be drug addicts now. Like it's like sick, you get bro. Pure pressured into, oh, you lame, you know what I'm saying? Like it's even worse now. Not to mention like the constant perpetuation of it today by the same people who drafted the 94 crime bill. The man is literally our president, and he's telling us we have a mass shooting problem, but it's only in school shootings. We only have a mass shooting problem when a dude walk up to a mall and shoot up a mall. We only have a mass shooting problem when they shoot up, schools and stuff like that. We never have a mass shooting problem. There's a mass shooting every day in the inner cities. Like they have bloodier and bloodier weekends all summer in the city of Chicago, St. Louis, Memphis, LA.
I listen to crime joints in Memphis every day.
Yeah. Like there are more mass shootings. Most of the mass shootings that happen in this country are all in the inner cities, black on black crime. But
how would you?
They don't want to address that. They want to blame it on the school shootings and stuff like that.
How would you deal with the crime in black communities? Like, what would your solution be?
That's a hard one, man. I mean, it start off with small, very like implementations all over the place. Like I think you reverse it with the music, honestly. I mean, if I'm being honest, like I said, that's one of the implements. Like the radio station stop playing the violent music because, even if it's only by like the tiniest fucking margin, like we talked about multiple times on the podcast, any margin that's going to stray it or pull it away from where it's at now is good. Like even if it's only by a slight margin, like we should
that's
tell
why
them.
That's why I'm gonna disagree now. Because I've listened to all kind of violent music and I've never decided I want to go shoot somebody.
That's anecdotal though.
And there's a lot of people like that. Only people that decide to do that are the people who are already in the streets anyway.
But like I said, those people, it's being perpetuated. Like it makes it cooler for people who are already out there in the streets without a father to want to be a part of that lifestyle. Like you cut off recruitment if less little kids hear that shit. Like even if it's only like 10 out of 110, like that should be enough. Like that should be like if and of course there's other like we said on the podcast, like you said specifically, women rapping about sex, like that shit is turning little girls into streetwalkers, whores. Like it's not helping at all. Like we think about, you know what I'm saying, country singers and stuff like that, other music Just like the killing and stuff. Little 10-year-olds ain't walking around talking about, I want to throw my tractor in a bag and fuck up in a bale house with the chickens. Like, they not singing about that shit.
I feel like social media have a more negative impact than the music do.
Social, it's
100%.
It's definitely social media too. But it's not. That's what when I talk to people in the community specifically, everybody want this one big sweeping, all encompassing Band-Aid to put over the situation that is gonna take care of everything. It don't work like that. It's got to start with the music, the television. Like we show more more heroes or black heroes in a positive light instead of slave movies. We get a better result. We stop showing we play more Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole and backpack rappers. We get a better result. We play, more Rap City instead of Nicki Minaj and all of this sex music. We create, young women who aspire to that instead of the opposite. If the radio station stopped playing this stuff, the record labels would stop asking for it. The record labels would stop asking the artists to make it. The artists would stop making it. They would rap about different shit. Like, I mean, is that along on top of the fact that we got this constant vicious cycle of the kids, young men growing up to be in gangs. Now they get arrested, but they done had like 2 or 3 kids. They kids don't have a father, so they get raised by the same gangs or the opposite set gang. Like, we start reaching out instead of complaining about, oh man, the white man and oh man, the this, that. We start actually paying attention to the community. Anytime you say black on black crime, they be like, oh, that's something made up, there's proximities. Why we gotta talk about them? Like, why your white people kill each other? So we not talking about them.
That'd be the thing for everything, though. I'm trying to find this clip from the Breakfast Club about dude was talking about why he signed black artists in the hood. I probably can't find this shit right now.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, which I've heard people say, oh man, he hungry, you know what I'm saying? Like, is these young dudes just trying to feed their family? It also, if they can start rapping about whatever, you know what I'm saying? It pulls them out the hood, and then, it pulls them out the hood, and then there's one less dude that's out here.
Talking about what, artists?
Yeah.
I mean, that don't make sense, because just because you pull them out the hood don't mean the streets is like, oh, he gone now, let's forget about that.
Exactly.
So they still have to have that mentality going into it, because their life is still in danger, and now they more of a target because of that. And I believe that it's gonna take a collective of everybody coming together.
Yeah,
for everything to change. Whether it's, even if we don't change anything, you just have, like you saying, the slave movies and shit like that. Like, who is in power in Hollywood to push bigger, like, movies that ain't got to do with slaves? Besides you got Tyler Perry putting out bullshit. I mean, his movie trash, but he doing what he want to do, and he's the only one.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to need more of that togetherness to even break the mold of not just putting those movies out.
And I mean, and that's the thing. Like, we don't want that. Like, if I walk around, I say that, you want to go see I don't watch slave movies. Like, if I'm gonna go to the theater, I'm gonna watch something like Woman King, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's gonna be, I'm gonna watch Black Panther, where black people are kings and queens and stuff like that. Like, I don't want to watch The Butler. I don't want to watch the Django Unchained, I don't want to watch that shit. And I get made fun of or talked about, oh yeah, you so high and mighty, like you know that shit was funny. It wasn't even about that. That's not the premise. It don't matter. Like, it perpetuates this idea that if you want to be a black person, you got to play somebody that's slaves. Like, lead stars never get to be, black people really don't get to be lead stars that often unless they playing somebody that's oppressed, slaved, like beat up, a victim or something. Like, it got to change on every face, on every center. Like, it's not going to be just one thing. Like you said, it's going to be all us coming together. But another thing, like, you ever notice at the end, when a gang in a movie is ganging and they out there going crazy, it always takes the community to come together in their house shoes and slippers to stand up against the gang, because that's the only way it's gonna happen. Like, we as our people have to denounce that shit, denounce that violence. Like, I mean, and we all have hypocritical moments. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes like you said, you hear that shooting shit and you don't think, like, I'm gonna go shoot some people up. Like, you don't hear that. I don't either. Like, if I hear somebody talk about doing this, that, and the third, it don't make me do it. But I mean, I do think
Some, yeah, of course.
and it also influences artists to act the way they act.
Like Geechee said, this life like 2K, it'll literally push a square to shoot.
Yeah, like think about this. Artists constantly feel like they got to go to the game because it's people that's in the community talking about y'all not real because y'all don't go to the hood no more.
Yeah,
like it's perpetual. Like so they got to live up to this same hip hop idea that if you ain't street, you ain't hood, or we ain't gonna fuck with you if you. So they got to go put themselves in danger and go to dangerous places, even though they done made money to get up out of there because they got to keep up appearance. They got to have a certain look.
Did you see that G Herbo and Academics interview where Academics doing War and Chirac stuff? He was giving people different nicknames. Like, for example, he gave Lil Reese the Grim Reaper of Chicago. Yeah. He gave old boy 600 Breezy, Max Payne, blah, blah, blah. So he was like, you giving people nicknames. He said, we laughed about that in the hood. It's cool and all, but then you gave some of these guys nicknames, and it's like, now they got to live up to these names. Mm-hmm. And then there's other people like, why ain't get a nickname? So now they going out,
doing extra
shit.
Yeah. They it everything we do attributes to the culture. Like, to change the culture, we all have to admit that some of the stuff that we enjoy, even though it's cool, even though we like it, including hip hop, gangster music, even though we fuck with it, it might be having a negative effect on our community. So even though we like it, even though we just listen to the shit that's made and stop, I guess, perpetuating the new shit. Like I was listening to the radio right after Takeoff got killed, and they was having this conversation, and so many people, I swear to God, so many people called in and said, it starts with y'all. It started with the radio stations. Every time one of them interviews went off, they played another gangster song. Like, they don't care. They doing what they being told, so they're gonna play it. The radio DJs know that I gotta play this song a certain amount of times because they done called up here and paid for it. But if the radios refuse to play this shit, it would stop getting runs. They would have to change what they rapping about. But I mean, all they see is green, and the people who running the radio station are not gonna say that.
I mean,
because we don't run them.
Honestly, it ain't got nothing to do with the radio. Just because even Charlamagne said,
I mean, oh my bad. I forgot the streaming services too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because you got YouTube where they get all the plays anyway. Radio now is like it's supplementary or it complements where everything else. Like, they don't really have that big of an amplifier as they used to.
In that conversation, I put in the many conversations that I've had, I've put radio stations, and this is the first time we ever talked about it recently. I mean, in a while. It's the first time I've talked about it in a while. So I forgot to add the streaming services. Them too. Yeah.
I'm gonna play this clip from Dr. Umar.
All right.
But I want to be clear. I know some of us love our children, but some of our children are so far gone that we're gonna have to put some of them to sleep in order to take back the neighborhood. Some of y'all don't want to hear that because you don't live in reality. But I'm telling you, as a psychologist, I'm not going to be able to psychologize all of them on the corner. Some of them going to sleep for good.
How you feel about that? You think there's something that's kind of, I ain't going to say that's kind of where I'm leaning towards, but it's like some of these people beefs are so fucking, it goes back so far that you're not going to be able to get that out of them. Like, sometimes you got to get rid of it. Just get rid of the people that's causing the trouble in the hoods.
And that's a controversial thing because
I know
people gonna say, how you gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I was thinking. I'm like, man, does it involve having to lock them people up? Because I'm like, in Chicago, like, I keep saying it, but anyways, like Chicago, they have not even just Chicago, but I'm only using them because I
mean, it's the most dangerous city in the United States.
I'm just going off of
like people say by per capita, it's not. It's like it's not the murder capital. Like it is more people, more physical people. I don't care what's the per capita and less people and all of this. More people die every year in Chicago due to violence, gun violence, and all of this gang violence than any other city. Yeah, more actual people.
But I'm bringing them up. You know how they have cameras everywhere, and I'm only saying that because they solved LBG Duck murder by watching them go on through the cameras. From O Block all the way to the Gold Coast, all the way back to O Block. So it's like, do you think they have to install some kind of like measures like that in every major city, or would they have high crime to get rid of the troublemakers?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie,
and also the stop snitching mentality.
It's gonna take all of that. Like it's gonna take everything. It's gonna take it ain't gonna be just like one sweeping thing that's gonna stop the violence. It's gonna have to be every measure possible. The only problem is like you got those dudes is like the cops. The cops in LA is another whole nother gang. They don't care. They will go in and rush in. The cops in Chicago not like that. Like I remember we had a dude named Tony or whatever. He used to work with us, robot programmer. Yeah, he from LA or whatever, and he got to telling us or whatever that the police or whatever in LA, if they had them type of police, Chicago would be a different place. And I'm like, potentially, because the cops in Chicago would be scared. Like they do more detective investigation work than they do actually policing. Like, them dudes it's a lot of times where they could just send a SWAT up in there and just they already shooting out. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, they not having shootouts anyway. Yeah. Like it's not like they ain't out there shooting people up for no reason anyway. So if they send a SWAT on places like that when they get a call about shooting or they know it's like activity finna break off, then
yeah. And I think LA probably a different beast in itself. Yeah. Just based off they like I'm looking at it now. I read this like 2 weeks ago where the county sheriffs and all that, the police department there have their own gangs. Yeah. They call deputy gangs. And it's like that's a whole different crisis they got out there on top of the regular gangs. It's just too much out there, man.
The problem with LA cops is it's more corruption there than it is Chicago. Yeah. Like they making money off the suffering and struggles of the people in the hood in LA. So I mean,
I'm really mad I can't find this clip from the Breakfast Club.
And that's why I don't really blame. I mean, I do blame the politicians and stuff like that. I do blame the police, but it's not really on them. Like you said, a lot of the beef is so far gone. It's only gonna take us. It's gonna take us to reach in there and tend to our people that we know. It's gonna take bigger people, man. And I don't mean bigger people as in more and more important titles. I mean bigger people to step in between the situations and stop shit from happening.
Oh, I'm scrolling looking for this video. I just seen the thing about TikTok. FCC commissioner is urging the U.S. government to ban TikTok because of data security concerns.
Yeah, I mean, we've been downplaying TikTok for a long time, man. But it's a problem. They stealing more data every single day than any other site. We know Facebook's stealing data. They done went. Mark Zuckerberg done went to the Supreme Court on multiple occasions or whatever, trying to deny in front of the congressman or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that he was stealing information or whatever, trying to say they wasn't storing it, they were storing it, but not to his knowledge. I mean, TikTok ain't, they got diplomatic immunity. You can't go over there and get them for them doing that. Zuckerberg can't do it.
Speaking of TikTok, speaking of Takeoff, with more information and stuff to come out, do your opinion change on what happened to him, or you still think it's music?
I mean, I didn't think it was just music that happened to him anyway. I just feel like it's a part of I was saying overall, when I said that, I was saying overall sweeping. Like, think about all the artists. I know you done seen all the memes. I know you done seen all the people talking about it. Think about all the artists in the past 10 years that done died from violence or whatever. And it's only in the hip-hop industry. There's no other culture, no other culture of music, no other situation where young people is dying. And I understand what you're saying about, but those people from the streets anyway, and they be bringing regular beefs into rap. But hell, a lot of them situations, hell, look at Juice WRLD. That wasn't even about no beef. That was a police situation. And so he living up to a lifestyle. Like you a rapper, you making you rich. Like, what is you doing? It just don't make sense, man.
What, him doing drugs?
What are you living that lifestyle for at this point? Why it's perpetuated in our community.
But that's what if he already doing drugs before the music ain't gonna stop. Like when he get on, they ain't gonna stop him from doing it. Just give him more access to the drugs.
He probably was already he was already introduced to the drugs by people who was introduced to the drugs, or he was introduced to the drugs by music, or the people who introduced him to drugs was introduced by the music. Like,
no, I ain't feeling that one.
I mean,
I don't think that could be ultimately tied back to music.
I think it's the culture. I think the music persuades the culture. I think musicians will tell you, like, number one thing, everybody tell you, music makes you feel some type of way. Like, it'd be people that's not mad about certain situations, but a song will change all that. I mean, I'm not saying 100% music is 100% the reason and the problem and the fault for what's happening to our community, but like I said, I think it's a puzzle piece, and I feel like any puzzle piece, any piece of the puzzle that we can remove to keep the puzzle from being complete, that the community is just in tatters and destroyed. Like, I think we should remove it. I think we should do whatever we can at this point. Because if we keep saying, you know what I'm saying, like this not gonna change nothing. Like the music ain't changing nothing at all, then we'll never find out what's changing. We'll never find out what's happening.
I think I finally found this fucking clip. I've been looking forever, but I don't know. It just
what you think it is? How you think we solve the problem?
The crime and drugs and stuff in the community.
Yeah,
I told you I was kind of leaning toward what Dr. Umar said. We just gotta. I think it's got to be more of a strong hand attempt versus trying to talk people out of it and all this. Like, how do you? Like I said, the beef is so ingrained in the streets with a lot of these kids and people. Like, how do you? Like, it's kids and adults killing each other off of beef. Like, how do you get that out of them? You can start at the top, but I don't know, because now if you do it that way, that's gonna traumatize the youngers off the police coming into the hood and removing everybody. It's gonna make them hate the police. But I'm just gonna kind of sound fucked up, but I'd rather have that to reignite some type of a Black Panther type of movement. You know what I'm saying, against the police versus just continue having our people killed in the hood by each other every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, yeah, I grew up hating police. Now I want to protect my neighborhood from them. So we going to make sure we all together versus, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I think about it, because it's like, it's going to hurt regardless. But you're going to have to take that fucking cut to the hand, like get your hand cut off to start the healing process.
Yeah, I think as a whole, it's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah, of course.
Like, it's not going to just be something.
That's what I'm saying. Either way, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's. I think, like I said, I think the problem is because no matter who I talk to, whatever the solution is, it just be like one solution, and I get the rambling. I know I get caught up because it's multiple solutions that I got in my mind that I'm just like, damn, I want to add this, and because of this also plays a part in it. Like, people get upset and mad with me because I'm like, bro, that's not the solution. Like, I had somebody get mad at me this morning because she posted a video talking about a young Black lady. She posted a video talking about, just moved to Texas from New York and I got my license, and it was a little video, whatever, talking about, the song was like, I wish you would. And she was like, intruder knocking on the door or whatever. And she was like sitting up against the window with the gun or whatever. And I'm like, you probably should take that down. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, yeah, it's just a joke. Like, it's just a joke to you. But in the future, if you ever have to use that gun to protect your life,
that's where they're going to go to, right?
That's where they're going to go. Like, they're going to go to that video and say, oh, you've been waiting. This situation could have probably been de-escalated. But this video shows that you've been waiting to kill somebody. Yep. You said you've been waiting to kill somebody. No, but it was just a joke. You don't joke about killing people. But she got mad at me. Oh, it's just a joke. Y'all need to stop playing. It's so many other people that made the same exact post just like this. I'm like, but those people ain't you. Like, them people who see this in court and who done lost their loved one, they're not gonna take this as a joke. They're gonna take this as motive. And people don't want to hear that what you're doing may put yourself in danger. They just want to do it frivolously and freely without having nothing to worry about. Like, I get into these disagreements and arguments with people all the time over stuff that I'm just like trying to look out for them. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just trying to help you in get in a better situation. Just because you disagree with me on how we get there shouldn't never make me public enemy number one. I should be able to sit down with multiple Black people, multiple people that I've never met or I have met, and have a complete and understanding conversation where we don't have to yell and scream over each other, where like just me and you disagree. I say the music is a part of the problem. You say you don't think it's much of a part of the problem as I say it is. But we not arguing about it. I didn't say you stupid because that's the fucking problem. Like, you didn't say I'm dumb because the refugees or whatever ain't get their fucking followers up. Like, I mean, It's just it's like just because we got a difference in opinion, like that's where I think our community specifically. Sure, do other communities do it? Absolutely, they definitely yell at each other. Like it's white on white, Republicans and Democrats yelling in each other's face all the time. The problem is they can afford that. We cannot.
Yeah, I think it's just that you can't say that one person is really wrong because there's examples of it on every side. It's like, of course, when I hear people say, "Oh, video games is the reason that kids," I'm like, I'm like, man, that's stupid. But then it's like sometimes people kill people. They'll say, "Oh, it's because I want to be just like on this game right here." I'm like, okay, you do have a point, but it's not like it's always just that though. It's a lot of them, but it's just case by case basis a lot of times.
And the only reason I dismiss the game stuff because, the only reason I dismiss the game stuff is because video games are popular. Millions of kids play video games every year, and that hardly ever happens. Like people don't, it's always because they was bullied or something like that. They rarely ever say it was because I want to be like a video game. Now, the music, we clearly see like kids taking stuff to school every day and guns and backpacks and stuff. Like, oh man, or you see them dancing to the music with pointing the guns in the camera. Like, but again, that's also a part of that's also part of my culture. It's also a part of gun culture's problem. Like, but it's not necessarily our problem either. And I'm just gonna correct myself. I take that back because the same Hollywood, like I already covered, the same Hollywood actors or whatever who be disowning or saying guns is the problem, they'll make a movie in a heartbeat where it's like 10 million guns in it or whatever, but they don't teach their kids or whatever. I'm putting the blame on the U.S. government. Because we should, in every country, first of all, the Second Amendment should be protected in every country, and there should be a class, a lesson, an opportunity to learn. If we're going to have a Second Amendment, they shouldn't be villainized. We have to teach these kids or whatever, the take away their curiosity and teach them in a better light. Like, if we're going to have it in the movies, in the music, and everything, it has to be shown in a better light. But one thing is, we have to start, no matter what race you are, no matter who you are, we got to start arguing with each other just because we disagree on something. The best way to get an understanding is through social discourse. Like, if we disagree with each other, maybe you'll challenge some of my opinions and I'll challenge some of yours, and we'll change some of ours and start agreeing. And then once we start agreeing, we can actually get out there in, person and start making some of these changes happen.
I'm going to play this clip. This is a clip from Leroy Cohen from 4 years ago on the Breakfast Club.
Really rough, particularly
like
on women.
Half long.
But I think it helped change the course of the crack epidemic.
Podcast.
I don't know what's this opioid thing, man. Well,
being a crackhead wasn't cool back then. Being a crackhead wasn't cool. Now they seem like they're making it cool to be drinking lean and syrup and
it's the most dangerous. It's the most dangerous thing that's facing our society.
So why sign an artist that would promote that?
Because I already answered that question. You weren't paying attention. She asked me talent or issues, and I said talent. But I have to. I can't give up on people.
But I'm saying that's hypocritical, though. You're saying
it's opportunistic. Yeah. I got people to feed. I got a business to run.
You're gonna make Dame Dash take this clip and call you a culture vulture.
Who's Dame Dash? You brought him up. I don't even know him. So you bring his name up. I don't even know him. So
y'all made a lot of money together.
Made a lot of money.
Come on, Leo. Don't do that to him.
I don't know him.
Oh, that's on play. But that shit funny. Why he said, "Who is he?" I don't know. You know who the fuck he is. But there you go, man. What he say? He got people to feed. That's why he bring in the people with the talent from the hoods, knowing what they bring in, knowing the trouble they could bring, knowing they could put their life in danger just by having more money.
The profit outweighs the necessary option of protecting the hood and the cultures.
And you know what else fucked up? If I sign you to a label, and I'm like, you from fucking, let's just say you from Compton, right? And I move you to Miami and put you next to Broward County. Hey, that's fucked up. Like you don't know nothing about Miami, but I put you right back. I put you. Well, that's kind of like two different cities, but still, Florida. Just say Florida. So I moved you from your hood and put you into a hood where you don't know nothing about. Like just because the house big and you just out and about, now your life is still in danger. It's just they don't even think about stuff like that. They really do be preying on the culture and making it even more worse.
Yeah, it's about the funds.
As long as they get their money, they don't care.
And that's one thing I applaud DJ Academics for, but women hate him for, you know what I'm saying, whatever reason. That's another reason why I hate cancel culture. Going back to the top of the episode, like, okay, let's just say, for example, the shit that's going on with DJ Academics with the girlfriend and him being on Fresh and Fit and all of that. Let's just say it's valid. Okay, but his concerns about the hip hop industry and young artists signing 360 deals and getting screwed over all of their money, should that not be an important concern that he's raising?
It's always the messenger and not the message.
Thank you. Like, this man has said all the stuff that he has said in positive options about hip hop or whatever. They don't care about that.
There's black people. There's black people for you.
Exactly. That's the shit. Like, no matter what I say after I say I voted for Trump, y'all gonna hang me for it.
It's like,
even though everything I'm saying could go to hip hop, our community as a whole, I gotta be a hated on person. I gotta be Uncle Tom. I gotta be this person. This person.
It's like if Joe Budden come out and be like, "Oh man, we should treat our women with respect." All the comments, did you physically assault your girl? And then he be like, "We both were physical towards each other. I don't care." The whole message just going out the window. They just insult him forever. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, you ready to throw away the whole person? No matter. It shouldn't be like that. Like, we should be able to say positive things about stuff, even though we did the negative contrary to those things in the past. Like, canceling people, to me, I'm gonna be honest, conspiracy, call it what you want, I think it's a ploy to keep people separated. Like, y'all ready to ghost and throw away a motherfucker because of something you disagree with, ignoring all the positive things that this person could bring to the community or as a whole to anybody.
You know, another
because
thing,
it's something simple like that.
Just because I'm black, I don't really care about I ain't gonna say I don't care about others, but it's just not about them. So I think black people don't allow people to grow. And that's why I feel like it'd be better for a strong arm to get the negativity out the hood, because it don't matter if you try to reform them or nothing, they gonna always bring up your past of what you always used to do. You can get a $500 million and donate $400 million to $499 million to the hood. Oh, but you know what you used to do. You used to do this. It's like they don't never let you leave from that.
Yeah. It's like you said when Star was on here, whatever, talking about whatever. Like, if a man decide to dabble into the trans situation,
yeah,
he thrown away forever.
Yeah,
like he can't never come back after that. Like, I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, that that's what I like or that's what I'm on, but I wouldn't hate somebody because of they decided to dabble in this and that. Like, y'all cool with having gay black friends, black women be cool with having gay black friends, but then refuse to date a dude that's done slept with another dude. Like, I understand that's what you don't want, but the same thing is you shouldn't shun a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And if you see him, you know what I'm saying, you should, if he ain't disclosed this with your other friend you shouldn't run and tell her.
That's how it happened, man.
Like, I mean, let them handle their situation or whatever. But hey, I mean, to each his own. And I know people gonna disagree with me because that's all y'all ever do. Like, we can't never have a frank conversation or discussion or whatever without people getting thrown away. Like, I mean, I personally just wish we can get to a better place where we could even talk to each other or we could even disagree about a situation. Like, y'all will literally, black people will literally argue down about shit that they don't even know about just because they disagree with your point. Mm-hmm. Like I said, just this morning, this girl was ready to yell at me, call me dumb, all this extra kind of stuff, or saying it's just a joke when I'm literally looking out for her best interest. Like, that's all I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's why I went through and deleted certain pictures I had on Facebook, even though I ain't like gang or street and all like that, I still just delete a lot of certain stuff. I'm like, now what if I just so happen to die? They're gonna use this picture. They're gonna use this picture, or they're gonna use this to paint this narrative. I'm like, no, delete. I'm deleting all of this. Nope, get it out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's exactly what they do, man. We got to do better, and I ain't gonna just say that it is a thing that we just say after something tragic happened and forget it. Like, no, seriously, we got to do better. I'm tired of. It's crazy. I'm tired of talking about this shit to people, I mean, in real life, and they just not having the mental capacity either to understand the difference in opinion or even take it and kind of like say, damn, am I the root of the problem? Like everybody lacks self-awareness too.
You ain't never lied. But yeah, I think we did this whole junk. I don't think it's always a conversation after something tragic happened. I just think it's more amplified
when they do.
Yeah. Because it's like when somebody died, what about black on black crime? Like, people have been talking about this nonstop in these communities. They got organizations that talk about this. You just don't care about it until a police kill a black person and now they're talking about it. It's like it's like when people say, oh, ain't no more good music. It's like you ain't looking for it until you complain about it. But it's like it's always out there. Underground music does exist. Like, I find new artists, well, R&B artists all the time. I can do the same for rap, but it's like I don't fuck with that. But yeah. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
All right, I got one topic for you, man.
But yeah, this is and if y'all tune in, it's gonna be a conversation we're gonna keep having down the line because it's something that's important to me. I'm pretty sure it's important to you. So if it's important to y'all, man, tune in because this ain't over with.
Or they say black people only talk about. They say why all black people got a podcast so they can talk about who pay what bills and who take out the trash. I'm like they don't never talk about that. All right, man. I got a scam for you. Washing clothes. That is a time scam, bruh. Like, you will literally be washing clothes all fucking day long. I hate that. Now, you can start at fucking 8 in the morning. You don't get done till 8 at night. You 12 hours washing clothes, bro. That's a time scam. Like, there ain't no way they invented nothing to watch clothes faster by now. Like something, goddamn. Yeah. You gotta separate all the different colors and shit. You gotta put on different temperatures. But they know what they doing with that shit. Water bill go through the roof. You gotta keep buying washing powder. They knew what they was doing, man.
I don't know. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I don't fold my clothes and separate them. So I just put the shirts with the shirts.
Tripping.
I just put the shirts with the shirts and the pants with the pants, man. I ain't folding shit.
Man, it's tripping. Folding too. God damn.
Man, I ain't folding nothing. And then don't even get me started on water bill. Like, water is a public water. They say it's the service. Nah, bullshit. You making me pay for water.
That's why niggas sleep on top of their clothes when they come out the dryer.
That's why niggas get mad and other niggas and then get their clothes stacked on top of them.
All right, then. And that's been the Black Visionary Podcast.
New Gifted Visionary. New this one. Real Black Visionary Podcast.
Bro, that's not funny, bro.
Why is it not funny?
This episode is over with.
It's over with. Finished and done, man.
Black Visionary Podcast. New the Swanee.
I promise it ain't competition, all I see is me. Still zip them up or lay down, you gotta take me off my feet. It's that time, nigga.